Hi, this is Alex from Car Dealer Pro, and today I'm going to do a complete walkthrough as of March 2025 of the entire Car Dealer Pro software, all the way from uploading card images to exporting to uploading to your favorite marketplace of choice. I want to start off and talk about card scanners briefly. The most important part of card scanners to know about as it relates to Card Dealer Pro is that Card Dealer Pro works with any JPEG image. So these recommendations here are simply rooted in talking to collectors and their experiences and what has worked best with our software and for just cards in general, more importantly. So yeah, the 8170 here on the left is an auto feed scanner. You could put the cards into the top of the machine and scan front and back. Really great for bulk raw cards. Really, it can scan cards in penny sleeves and top loaders really efficiently, but our top recommendation for bulk raw cards. And then the scanner on the right is a flatbed scanner, the Epson V600. Really takes a crisp, great image. Recommend this for your higher dollar cards, but more importantly, your graded and your patch cards, because those don't work as well in an auto feed scanner. So the downside of the V600 is a little bit slower, definitely slower if you're doing raw cards, but it is a little bit more affordable. But both are great options. I have both on my desk and use them every day, and I do recommend them for their different purposes. So the idea is that you get your trading cards scanned and saved as JPEG images to your computer, and then you're ready to go for Car Dealer Pro. So I'm going to hop back over, and we'll skip that step because it's off the screen, but we have JPEG images of trading cards ready to go, saved to our computer, and simply now we need to use the Car Dealer Pro software to upload them and assist us in inventorying them and allowing us to export to marketplaces. So here's Car Dealer Pro. You have the navigation on the left-hand side. You can open and close it by clicking this little button in the top left and just see kind of what you're clicking on. You have batches, inventory, and connections to start it off. Just to give you a definition, a batch in Car Dealer Pro is a group of cards that you'll ultimately upload into the system, and you'll export that batch in totality to marketplaces. You can also export individual cards as well, but that's what a batch is. And I'm going to go over that in a little bit more detail shortly, but just to give you a definition there. And then you have inventory, connections, pretty self-explanatory, but connections is where you manage your marketplace specific settings. So if you needed to manage something specific about eBay or CollX, you would go into your connections and click into channel settings there. And then you have a refer friend link, feedback, news, and help docs, your scan counter in the bottom left, and then you have our support widget also in the bottom right, which if you click leave us a message, that is how you'll leave us a message and let us know if you have anything going on, if you hit any roadblocks at all, feel like you can reach out and support, and we will help you out and shoot you an email. So that's the best way to get in contact with us. And then in the top right is account settings, really important and great. So yeah, in the top right, you have your account settings. Once you land here, the main things that you can edit in your account settings are your plans and billing. So if you need to adjust your plan at any time, adjust your card, add additional a la carte scans, you can do that here. You can also check out your inventory SKU settings. You can have CDP automatically generate a unique SKU number for you. Highly recommend this. I use this to organize my inventory. And yeah, I would check this out. And then the other thing I want to call out is templates. So for templates, this is where when we identify your trading card in Car Dealer Pro, there's a default way that we'll title that card, but you don't have to stick with it. You can ultimately customize and control all your title and your descriptions that are going to go out to marketplaces. So in order to do that, you would just click Add New Title Template. I actually recommend viewing the default one and copying it, and then when you create a new one, you can paste it in here, and then just use that as a baseline for making any changes. So But you can add different stuff to your title. You could take things away or add hard code anything in as well. And same thing with your description. But in settings and in templates is where you would go to ultimately manage this. Next, I'm going to go back to batches, and let's just create a batch together and use Car Dealer Pro. If you go to the batches screen and you click the add batch button in the top right, that'll go into the create a new batch flow. And you just want to give your batch a unique name every time. So I like to do the date and the time. It is 2025, not 24. And then so give the date and the time. And then one other thing that's pretty important is you want to select your batch type. So in Car Dealer Pro, our database is split into the main three categories of the trading card sector. So it's sports trading cards, trading card games, and non-sport. Trading card games is like Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then non-sport is like Happy Days, Star Wars, Marvel cards. So you just select the type of cards you have, and then you can select your title or description template. You could also control the default title and description template for your Car Dealer Pro account in settings. But then you would just hit continue. From here, you have additional bulk settings. So this screen, it allows you to set condition in bulk, but you could also set price in bulk. So sometimes I'll set, $5 across a whole batch of cards if that's applicable. So we'll just do that now as an example. And then scroll down and hit create batch. You'll roll here, and there's 4 main ways to add card images to your batch in Car Dealer Pro. So the first that I want to show off is uploading from your phone. So this is a tool that helps you upload from your phone. You can scan the QR code here and select images directly from your iPhone or Android camera roll, and you'll upload them into the system, and we will identify your cards. This is a really great way to start out and try out Car Dealer Pro without purchasing a scanner, and it just eliminates the need to, when using your phone, transfer to a laptop or a desktop. This kind of does that part for you. Next is you can search the cert number. So this is our cert number tool. We have API connections with the 4 major grading companies, PSA, CGC, SGC, and Beckett. If you enter in the cert number, it'll pull through the title and the image of that from the grading company directly. So 100% accurate, really quick. When I get a new grading submission in from PSA, I sit down and enter the cert numbers, and this is the quickest way I can get them listed to my CollX account and on my eBay store if I'm listing them there. And then next is Magic Scan, and that's what we're known for, right? Uploading raw images of trading cards, having the system identify the card, and using Car Dealer Pro to title the card automatically. So you'll let it select raw and then select between front and back or front only cards. So say you select front and back, that's what most people have. Then it says drag and drop your files or click to upload. I always just click, and that'll bring open your file chooser on your computer. And then you can just go to a place on your computer where you have JPEG images saved of some cards. I'll select some. They'll get uploaded. And then once that's done, I can hit continue. All right, so once the cards move in here, I hit continue. They move in from processing to draft. That's basically when I'll know that they're done. And once they're in draft, that means that the system has identified those cards, and it's returned the results. If it didn't know what the card was, it would show result not found, and that's how you know that you could simply search our database for that card. So in this case, it got it, but you can search up the name of any sports card or trading card here, and simply select it, and that's another way to automatically to title a card if we get anything wrong. So the process is I look down here, and this is the database match. This is the image of the card from our database, and then this is the title of that card, and then up here we have the image that I uploaded plus we have the title that was generated. So this is the title for my title template. So my process is I'm just checking to make sure everything is correct. Once it is, I can mark it ready to list and move on. Can also do pricing research in here by clicking the pricing research widget. So I can click the pricing research widget in here and see what the card sells for. I can also click this recent eBay sales button, and that'll open a new tab and actually show me directly on eBay what the card is selling for. So yeah, this is a really great way to do it, and I like to do my pricing research here in this view, mark these ready to list. And then sometimes, I do want to mention Card Dealer Pro is not 100% accurate across the whole universe of trading cards. Sometimes that we can match a parallel falsely, or we can, match to the base when the card actually is a parallel. But we do design the tool in a way that gives you the quickest possible options to getting the correct match. So you have, your UX here is designed to give you some quick options to review and then ultimately select the correct card. If you click this blue hyperlink to other possible matches, it'll show you the AI's next best guess as to what the card is. So, you could select it and then, simply the card is now correct and you can move on. You see the same thing happen here with the Tobias Harris. I can select the correct card and move on. Now, say that I had actually a parallel and this was a base. One thing in Card Dealer Pro, we organize all of the checklists and we have all of the subset parallels that are actually possible for this specific card. In addition, we also have the serial numbers of each of the parallels for each of the sets. So you could select this and the title will update. So once you mark these all ready to list, you're all ready to go. You reviewed everything. That's basically the extent to what you can do in this view. I also want to show you this other view in Card Dealer Pro that you could look at a batch in. It's called Overview, and it's like a big spreadsheet. And a couple of the benefits to this view is you can do bulk edits. So if you click the sale price column here at the top, you can enter in a new selling price here, and it'll update all of the cells, which is really nifty, handy tool. And you can also just allows you to do some quick edits to any of the titles if you want to jump in and edit them that way. And you can also do pricing research here by clicking the little graph and you'll see what the cards sell for. That's the main things that you can the benefits of the overview. It's more of a matter of personal preference, which one you'd like to work in for different tasks. Once this is all done though, you reviewed everything, it all looks good, you've marked all the cards ready to list, you're ready for marketplaces. So, with that, I want to set the stage here that this sale price here, to use like eBay language, is like the buy it now price. So for fixed price marketplaces like CollX and Shopify or eBay buy it now, that would be the price. So in the instance of CollX, right, if I wanted to connect my CollX account, all I would do is go to connections here. And if it was my first time in my Card Dealer Pro account, I would add the channel. And if I go into connection settings here, into CollX and CollX settings, I'll basically sign in here to my CollX account, and that'll connect everything. And then from within this batch to go back, once the CollX account is connected, from in this batch, I can send any individual card by just clicking, or this whole batch actually, by clicking the Send to CollX button. Or if I check the boxes here, I could send individual cards. But it's actually as simple as that to send your cards to CollX once you've connected your Card Dealer Pro account to your CollX account. eBay is actually the same way, right? So you would simply go to your connections and you would go to connection settings. You would add a channel of eBay if it was your first time in there. But if you go to eBay settings, you would have the ability to connect your eBay account. So once your eBay account is created, you're going to want to create what's called marketplace listing template. And that's just a fancy way of like how you're going to list the cards. And it also allows you to list like how you're going to ship the cards with your usual business policies on eBay. So I'll look at this first one that I created together. But you would just, hit add new listing template. You would give it a name, and then it's really about like how you're listing that card. So is it going to be a buy it now, or is it going to be an auction? And with that, I would select my location. And if you don't already have your location set up, you can create it just outside this screen in locations. And it's just where, your address or where you're shipping from. You would select your fulfillment policy, like how you're shipping these cards. And you'll notice these are the same policies that you're using on eBay. So this is all pulled over from your eBay account. And then we have, if you don't have any set up, we have our default policies here as well. So you could select those. And then you would select your payment policy and return policy. And then, once you click save, you would have your template ready to go. And then just to go back to batches, I'm just going to show you. So if you went to the top right, and you can see now the eBay, you have the send to eBay button, but you also have this little template here. And if you click the pencil, it allows you to edit your template and select between the different templates that you have. So, I create different templates for the different ways that I ship, and you could do the same thing. And before I send, I typically just review how I'm listing everything. I save the changes, and then I'll go up to the top right and click send to eBay. And then in the bottom left, you would see a confirmation here, a push notification that the cards either, went to eBay or not. So yeah, I'll just do that just so you guys can see. So you can see here, export succeeded, one item listed on eBay, and then what you want to see is listing published. So now I know that card went to eBay and actually published for sale, just like that. It was that easy. Yeah, so one other thing I want to mention is we also have Shopify. So if you want to go to Shopify, that's also possible. You just go up to the export button and you would click Shopify and you could export. And that'll download to your computer in the Shopify specific format. And you'd be able to go from there. You could just go to your product screen in your Shopify store and import that CSV file, and you would have that card listed for sale in your Shopify store. And then I do want to mention that we have a legacy method for listing to eBay as well, right? So if you have this within the Shopify, if you select eBay, it's the very same process. You have what's called listing templates, and you can select between the different ways that you're going to list, right? So the way that you're going to ship, the item location, and your return settings, you save, and you export. And that downloads a CSV to your computer, actually, and you hop over to eBay, go to Sell, Reports, Upload Template, choose the file, and go to Downloads, and it'll be the last thing you downloaded, actually. And once you click that, you'll see the file name here. You'll see the upload screen and a status of completed. You'll know that the listings are in your active listings once it says completed or scheduled in the future if you have them scheduled. So that's the kind of the older method of listing to eBay. Definitely try the API connection. You go to connections, log into your eBay account, and it should be really simple and easy. And I want to go over one last thing as it relates to Car Dealer Pro pricing. So we have a 7-day free trial. So if you're not already a member of Car Dealer Pro, head on over to cardealerpro.com and select the prospect plan, and that will get you the 7-day free trial. You can try out Car Dealer Pro. Don't take my word for it. You can upload your trading card images and see if it helps you and it helps you reduce the amount of time that it takes to list the cards. But with these plans, you could upgrade, downgrade, cancel anytime. They're all month to month. So that's really important to know. And you don't really have to predict your volume. You could just stay on a given plan and then upgrade whenever you need to. But yeah, that is the Car Dealer Pro demo. A couple of resources. You have a great YouTube page. So check out the Car Dealer Pro YouTube. You'll have videos like this. And then also, if you get stuck at any point during your onboarding process, please reach out to us by clicking the support widget in the bottom right and creating a support ticket, and we'll get back to you with some customized help as soon as we can. Thank you so much for watching this demo. Happy scanning, and appreciate the opportunity for you to use our software. Thanks again.